Hello there. I'm Matt Mike. For those just joining me, welcome. For those joining me again, welcome back. Now today's movie is actually a request by one of my viewers. It's called Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And to be honest, I've seen bits and pieces of this movie, and I know what it's about, but I've never seen it in its entirety. Long time coming, I guess. Directed by Robert Zemeckis in 1988, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a mystery comedy where a detective investigates the murder of a businessman, where a tune by the name of Roger Rabbit is framed after it's revealed his wife Jessica was seemingly having an affair with the deceased. However, as our hero gets deeper into the case, he discovers something far more sinister than initially anticipated, and he may have to face the ghost of his past in order to solve the case. To say this movie is ambitious is an understatement. I mean, live action and animation have been mixed before, but this is some of the best I've ever seen. Plus, there really has never been this many cartoon characters in one movie. However, is this movie only fondly remembered for its special effects and characters, or is there other charms of this beloved classic? Only one way to find out. This is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Let's review. So the film begins with a classic style of cartoon of Roger Rabbit, voiced by Charles Fleischer, and Baby Herman, voiced by Lou Hirsch. It's pretty standard stuff. The baby tries to get on top of the fridge to try and get a cookie, narrowly avoids dangerous situations, and Roger tries to stop him, only to clumsily run into other things that cause him harm. However, the twist comes at the end.
Okay.
Cut! Alright, that's it, cut! Cut!
What the hell is wrong with that take?
Whoa, didn't see that coming.
We then meet our main character, Eddie Valiant, played by Bob Hoskins, a detective who seems to detest tunes. He meets with the film studio's owner, R.K. Maroon, played by Alan Tilburn. Maroon is worried about Roger and wants Eddie to look into Roger's wife Jessica, as it's rumored she's been having an affair with someone. Eddie at first declines, not wanting to work with tunes.
The Rabbit's wife sings at a joint called the Ink and Paint Club. Tune review. Strictly humans only, okay?
What? It was 1947. Times were different back then. Unfair, I suppose, but different. Eventually, Eddie agrees when Maroon promises to pay him $100, paying $50 now and another $50 when the job is done. And now we get to see why this movie is so memorable.
It's just Dumbo.
I know who it is.
I got him on loan from Disney. The best part is, they work for peanuts.
So as you'll no doubt notice, there are a lot of famous cartoon characters here. And not just from one studio or company. We've got Disney, we've got Looney Tunes, we've got MGM, you name it, they're probably here somewhere. Even in just this one scene, you can see so many characters. There's an ostrich and hippo from Fantasia, cows from Disney movies, a bull from Looney Tunes, the magic broom's working while the guy plays the Sorcerer's Apprentice on the saxophone. You can even very briefly see Bugs Bunny. Now, in the past, this technique has been done before, mixing live action with animation. It's been done in films like Mary Poppins, Song of the South, Anchors Away, The Incredible Mr. Limpet, Pete's Dragon, and many more. However, nothing has been done like this. The amount of characters brought together, the mix of characters brought together, both new and original, it's a huge ambition and it pays off. And we haven't even gotten to some of the best mixes yet. Before he does his job, Eddie heads to a local bar to visit his girlfriend Dolores, played by Joanna Cassidy. It turns out, she's the one he owes the $100, so he gives her the $50 for now. She also gives him her camera so that he can take pictures of Roger's wife. However, a regular customer begins harassing Eddie when he overhears this.
You're working for Little Bo Peep. She's lost a sheep, and you're gonna help her find him. Hey?
Get this straight, Meatball. I don't work for tunes.
Yeah, man. Don't you know he lost his brother to a tune?
So what's his problem?
Toon killed his brother.
Oh. Oh, that actually did happen. Oh. awkward. Eddie eventually heads off to the bar where Jessica Rabbit works. In the bar, not only are the waiters the penguins from Mary Poppins, but the entertainment is, get this, Daffy Duck and Donald Duck playing dueling pianos.
I worked with a lot of wisecrackers, but you are despicable. This is the last time I work with someone with a speech impediment.
Now, if your mind is blown by the lack of logic you just heard here, just remember two things. One, this is a world where cartoons exist. There really is no logic here. And two, it's Daffy Duck and Donald Duck in the same scene together. Why are you questioning this? While there, Eddie meets the head of Acme. Yes, Acme, the company from the cartoons. Marvin Acme, played by Stubby K. Eddie also runs into another familiar face.
Eddie Valiant!
Betty?
Long time no see!
And before the question even pops into your head, yes, that is the original actress who played Betty Boop, Mae Questel. Betty and Eddie catch up, and she tells him that Marvin has never missed a performance by Jessica. Eddie jokes that the man must be into rabbits, just as Jessica, voiced by an uncredited Kathleen Turner, begins her performance, which is sung by Amy Irving.
You had plenty money, 1922.
Wowzers.
Now if you had prepared 20 years ago, you wouldn't be wandering now from door to
Oh, don't mind me. No, I'm listening to the song. I'm also just calculating how many fetishes were born from this one scene. I got 35 so far. After the show, Eddie manages to catch Jessica with Marvin Acme, bringing the pictures to Roger, who is heartbroken.
I took the pictures myself. She played patty cake.
No, not my Jessica. Not patty cake. This is impossible. I don't believe it. It can't be.
Did I mention that the humor in this movie is pretty good? Roger isn't convinced that Jessica did what she did in the photos and, after reacting crazy to a drink of alcohol, vows to make sure the two are forever happy.
Well, at least he took it well.
I agree. At least he didn't have Cocoa Puffs. Would have gone cuckoo. Eddie then returns home and develops the rest of the pictures, which also include pictures of him and Dolores on a trip years ago. Hey Eddie, what's with the frown? Let me see that photo. You don't want to see the photo. The next morning, it's revealed that Marvin Acme has been killed and the culprit seems to be a Toon. Roger is of course blamed as he has the motive and seems to have disappeared. When Eddie tries to grab something that looks suspicious, he's stopped by Toontown's court judge and our villain of the movie, Judge Doom, played by Christopher Lloyd.
Great Scott!
Eddie's friend then reveals that Doom has discovered a way to kill the seemingly unkillable Toons by putting them into a mixture known as the Dip, a liquid of Doom's creation that melts Toons alive.
Try him, convict him, and execute him.
Dark.
Eddie returns home and meets with Baby Herman, who claims that Roger is innocent and he knows the real reason that Marvin was killed.
Look at this. The paper said Acme left no will. That's a load of succotash. Every Toon knows Acme had a will. He promised to leave Toontown to us Toons. That will is the reason he got bumped off.
So, wait. Acme owns Toontown? I guess that makes sense. What better way to sell their products? Eddie then discovers that Roger has been hiding in his office, wanting his help. When Doom's gang of weasels almost catches him, Eddie decides to take Roger to Dolores so that they can hide him.
Boy, what is this? Some kind of a secret room?
It's a rot gut room. Holdover from Prohibition.
Oh, I get it. A speakeasy, a gin mill, a hooch parlor.
We also use it for some private time, if you get what I mean. Just let us know if the sheets smell. We'll change them.
You just may get your wish unless I can figure out what happened to this.
What is it, Eddie?
Just look at it.
Nice catch, Dolores. I guess that's the heaviest picture I've ever seen.
Let me get this straight.
You think that my boss, R.K. Maroon, dropped a safe on Marvin Acme's head so that he could get his hands on Toontown?
Why, that's brilliant. That's a lot better than what I'd come up with.
Eddie returns to the office to shower, where he finds Jessica there. She claims that she was bribed by Maroon to seduce Acme, which Eddie doesn't believe. Unfortunately, Dolores then shows up and finds them in a compromising situation.
Come on, Dolores. You don't believe a painted hussy like that could turn my head?
Hey, we both know I'm into anthropomorphic animals. If anything, Roger does more for me than his wife. Unfortunately, Roger doesn't stay quiet while he's in hiding, much to Eddie's chagrin.
That guy Angelo would rat on you for a nickel.
Not Angelo. He'd never turn me in.
Why?
Because you made him laugh.
That's right.
Oh, come now, he'd never rat anybody out for a nickel. For a Klondike bar, however, Judge Doom is then alerted to their location and arrives with his weasels. Since everyone refuses to give Roger up, Doom resorts to the one thing a Toon can't resist.
Disassembling the place won't be necessary. A rabbit is going to come right to me.
Uh-oh. The shave and a haircut routine. There aren't a lot of people who can resist that.
And a haircut.
I rest my case. Eddie is able to rescue Roger after he gives him a drink, with Roger's over-the-top reaction allowing him to escape. They run off and get help from a friend of Roger's, a cartoon cab named Benny, who's also voiced by the same actor as Roger, Charles Fletcher. Of course, a car chase ensues in the streets of 1947 LA.
Benny! This cop's right behind us!
Not for long, Roger! Now they're right in front of us! Pull the lever! Which one?
Which one?
Which one?
They escape into a local theater, and Eddie reveals the truth about his past and why he no longer likes tunes.
Went in. Only he got the drop on us. Literally. Dropped the piano on us from 15 stories. Said he never made it. I never did find out who that guy was.
My uncle went the same way.
You ought to find yourself a good man.
But I already have a good man.
Leave. Don't mind me.
Well, this is awkward.
After seeing a news story about Maroon making a joint deal of a company called Cloverleaf, who also seems to be after the will, Eddie and Roger head over to confront Maroon, who seems a bit, jumpy.
What's that, Doc?
Valiant, what are you trying to do? Give me a heart attack?
Why, that wascally Valiant. After Maroon holds him at gunpoint, Eddie manages to subdue him, where Maroon reveals that he indeed was trying to blackmail Marvin, but had nothing to do with the murder. Before he can say anything further, a mysterious assailant then appears and shoots Maroon dead. When Eddie goes to check who it is, he sees Jessica running off, and when he comes downstairs, he finds out that she's kidnapped Roger. He goes after her, trailing her to the entrance of Toontown. Yeah, I'd be hesitant too. I've seen enough Roadrunner cartoons to know that could be fake. Eddie goes in after he begins to face his fears and retrieves his old Toon gun, along with Toon Dum-Dums. Then, we finally enter Toontown, and it's magnificent. The actual design is really good looking, but they add a great touch as Eddie is entering by adding other animation frames from older cartoons, such as the Three Little Pigs, the Orphan Mickeys, Looney Tunes characters. There's just too many to count. Plus, Toontown is absolute insanity too. Eddie encounters a hideous Toon he mistakes for Jessica, one of the bathrooms leads to a fall from a skyscraper, Tweety Bird nearly kills Eddie by playing this little piggy while he's holding onto a flagpole, Droopy Dog is running an elevator that is comically low, and, probably the most iconic moment in this film, we see Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny together, who are skydiving along with Eddie. Bugs, of course, offers a parachute, which turns out to be a lifesaver. The truly classic Bugs Bunny joke.
Aw, poor fella.
Yeah, ain't I a stinker?
Eddie eventually catches up with Jessica, who saves him from the mysterious assailant from earlier. Jessica then reveals that Doom is behind everything, and she kidnapped Roger hoping to save him. Doom runs off, but not before Eddie tries to get a shot in.
Which way to go?
I don't know, but he went that away.
Let's go.
Watch where you're shooting!
Dum-dums.
Eddie flags down Benny for help, and they head out of Toontown. Unfortunately, Doom is waiting for them there and spills drip on the pavement, which stops Benny in his tire tracks.
I'm in this!
Jessica and Eddie are captured and brought to Acme, where Doom reveals his plan to eradicate Toontown using a machine carrying hundreds of gallons of dip. He's doing this because he'll be cut into a deal that involves something called a freeway, a massive road that's meant for people to drive through the country.
8 lanes of shimmering cement running from here to Pasadena. Smooth, safe, fast. Traffic jams will be a thing of the past.
Bullshit!
Doom, who is also the current stockholder of Cloverleaf, has also bought out the tram system and plans on destroying it along with Toontown. That way, nothing can get in the way of the freeway. Roger then appears and attempts a rescue, only I'm not sure how solid his plan is.
But the real meaning of the word probably hits you like a ton of bricks.
Roger and Jessica are captured and are set to be vaporized by a stream of dip. However, with some quick thinking, Eddie gets his sense of humor back and performs a routine for the weasels, causing them to laugh themselves to death.
Hey, Eddie, keep it up! You're killing him! You're slaying him! You're knocking him dead!
You know, they joke, but this is a very serious condition. My uncle went the same way. Though the weasels are defeated, the machine is still running and Doom gets in the way of Eddie stopping it. After a heated battle, Doom gets crushed by a steamroller, only to reveal a shocking truth.
Eddie, look!
Holy smoke, he's a toon!
What a twist!
Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother, I talked! Just
Then you add the 5, carry the 2, times that by a 4. Oh! Don't mind me, I'm just calculating the amount of nightmares this scene must have produced. So far I've got about 74. 100. Eventually, Eddie manages to defeat Doom by letting out all the drip and melting Doom with his own concoction. After he gets Jessica and Roger down, the police, Dolores, and the residents of Toontown all come to the scene.
Judge Doom killed Marvin Ack.
And out came a room. And my brother.
That's what I call one seriously disturbed toon.
Clearly this man has never seen South Park. It's then revealed that Eddie has had the will of Marvin Acme all along, when he figures out that Acme wrote the will in invisible ink to hide it. Toontown now belongs to his residents, and Eddie gets his sense of humor back. The movie then ends on a fitting note.
Okay, move along. There's nothing else to see. That's all, folks. I like the sound of that. That's all, folks.
And that was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And I gotta say, that movie was pretty damn good. The movie itself is already a great treat, making so many hilarious nods to classic cartoons and cinema of old. The plot weaves a great mystery, the characters are all charming in their own special way, and the setting, especially the animated one, looks stunning. With that alone, this movie is pretty memorable. However, thanks to the fact that they were able to bring so many iconic characters together, even just for cameos and small roles, this moves this movie from memorable to iconic. After all, there's nowhere else you're going to see a battle between Daffy and Donald Duck, and I doubt we'll ever see Bugs Bunny in the same scene as Mickey Mouse either. If you're looking for a good time, then look no further. You'll be in love with this animated masterpiece. Thank you for joining me on this review. Until the next film, farewell.